Hello and a very warm welcome to Vikram on Prudent Finances. In today's video, we are looking at how fast and easy it is to send money online, anytime, anywhere from the United States to Sri Lanka. Now, as you can see, we are on the WorldRemit page. We've provided the direct link to this very page in the description below this video. You can simply click on that, go through the same steps as showcased in the video, and you too will be able to send money as conveniently as shown. Moreover, when you use the link as provided in the description below this video, you will be able to enjoy your first transfer free of the fee which is applicable otherwise. So therefore, in every way, it makes sense that you use the link that has been provided in the description below this video. Now, with that background in place, let's get started. The first thing to do is to choose United States as the country from which we are sending money. Secondly, we choose Sri Lanka as the destination country to which we are sending money. With both those things done, let's get started. Now, this is the page that appears in front of you. Send money online to Sri Lanka. There are various ways in which you can send money. But with that said, WorldRemit clearly has the whole of Sri Lanka very well covered. So whether it's Jaffna up north to Matara down south, WorldRemit has the whole of Sri Lanka covered. It's fast and it's simple to send money to friends and family back home in Sri Lanka with industry leading payment security. That is quintessential. If that's not in place, you will not use such a platform. Moreover, it is very flexible. Whether it's a computer, smartphone, or tablet, it does not matter. As long as you're connected online, you can easily send money to Sri Lanka from the United States. Now, with that done, let's choose the state within the United States from which we are sending money. Let's say California, and we are sending to Sri Lanka. There are various services. We'll look at all of them. Let's start with bank deposit. And between send and receive, we'll stick to receive because we want to be sure how much the recipient in Sri Lanka will actually receive. So let's take a relatively nominal figure of 10,000 Sri Lankan rupees, which the recipient in Sri Lanka is to receive. For For that, what we find is that the send amount comes to 69.67 US dollars with applicable fees of 5.99 US dollars. Remember that this fees can be offset the first time you actually sign up with WorldRemit and use it to send money. So therefore, do make sure that you use the link as provided. Now, the total to pay with this fees when you actually use it, say subsequently, would be 75.66 for the recipient to receive 10,000 Sri Lankan rupees at the exchange rate of 143.53 Sri Lankan rupees to a US dollar. Now, these are some great things about WorldRemit because everything is crystal clear. Say if I were to compare with a bank transfer, often we don't know the applicable fees or we don't know the exact exchange rate that would be taken. But here, everything is right upfront, and once the process is initiated, this exchange rate remains fixed. So now we've looked at bank deposit. Bank deposit, mind you, takes as little as 2 working days. So within that period, within as little as 1 to 2 days, the money would be there in the recipient's bank account in Sri Lanka. Now, with bank deposit having looked at, let's look at the next option, which is cash pickup. And again, we'll stick to receive and we'll stick to the same amount, which is 10,000 Sri Lankan rupees. Again, we find that the send amount remains the same, the fees are the same, the total to pay is the same at the same exchange rate. Cash is available to collect from branches of Bank of Ceylon the next working day. So as little as 1 day, the recipient in Sri Lanka can simply go and pick up cash. The third option is mobile money transfer. Again, we stick to receive, same amount, 10,000 Sri Lankan rupees, and we find that the send amount is 68.96 with applicable fees being the same. Total to pay is 74.95 with a slightly higher exchange rate this time around. And when it comes to mobile money, the transfer is instant. So there's absolutely no time lag. Say you've completed the transfer now, and maybe in the next 5 minutes, the recipient in Sri Lanka would have the money transferred. And money is added instantly to Easy Cash subscribers of Dialog, Etisalat, and Hutch. And there are only two conditions which need to be fulfilled. Firstly, the recipient needs to have an Easy Cash mobile wallet in place, and you, as the sender, need to know the recipient's Easy Cash mobile wallet number. As long as this is in place, the transfer would happen instantly. There is a fourth option in terms of mobile airtime. That is something we'll not look at in this video, because that is not cash or money per se, but that's mobile airtime which the recipient in Sri Lanka can use to make calls, use data, send messages, etc. So that we look at separately. But otherwise, these are the three options which are available. And what we find is that even if we were to say double the money, let's say instead of 10,000, let's look at the recipient receiving 20,000. In that case, we find that the fees have gone up only marginally, with the total to pay being, as you know, equivalent, in terms keeping in mind the slightly higher fees. Likewise, if we go to cash pickup and instead of 10,000 we opt for 20,000 Sri Lankan rupees, again the fees has just gone up very marginally. So therefore, where it makes sense that you maximize the transfer in terms of the amount to send, because if you compare with, say, Western Union, which has various slabs, and those slabs, the fees tend to go up rather dramatically with increase in each slab, whereas with WorldRemit the increase in fees is very marginal. So with all of this background in place, let's look at why you should choose WorldRemit in particular. Firstly, we find that the costs are very low. That's something which has been clearly showcased. Whether it's the fees or the exchange rates, everything are shown upfront, and you know even before you've actually gone through the process exactly how much you'll be sending, including fees. And yes, it's very fast. As you saw that mobile money is instant, cash pickup is the next day, while bank deposit is 1 to 2 days. So everything is really fast. And yes, it's very simple. You don't need to be a geek to use WorldRemit. Even if it's the elderly, they can also use it very easily. And anytime you need assistance, the wonderful customer support folks at WorldRemit are always there to help you. And finally, it's very trustworthy. Already there are millions of transfers that WorldRemit has successfully completed. So with that, all of that in place, you can be rest assured that your money is well and truly safe with WorldRemit. And then as far as trustworthiness is concerned, that factor is accentuated by the fact that WorldRemit has been rated as excellent on Trustpilot. And you yourself can see the kind of ratings that WorldRemit has received. In each and every instance, you'll find that the feedback has been excellent. Now, finally, before concluding, we would like to also stress that WorldRemit is there as an app as well. It's there on the App Store as well as on Google Play. The links for that are also provided in the description below this video. So before concluding, we would reiterate that if you're looking to send money from the United States to Sri Lanka, look no further than WorldRemit. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Vikram on Prudent Finances.